Okay, so we're gonna start off with phase one, lesson 5.
Okay.
Okay. This is an icon or a symbol for feelings that characters may have in our story. Feelings happen all the time in a story. Characters have feelings about things that get the story started. How would the character feel if something scary got the story started?
Mm, Scared, nervous,
Yeah, definitely scared, afraid, or frightened. How would the character feel if something funny got the story started?
happy.
Happy, that's right, happy or silly. How would the character feel if a problem got the story started?
Um, Probably frustrated.
Yeah, frustrated, mad, sad, upset. Good storytellers say how characters feel about things that happen in the story. Characters in stories always have feelings about the things that happen. How might a character feel if all of a sudden they saw a spaceship landing?
Maybe scared or surprised.
Yeah, scared that the spaceship is landing, or curious about it, or shocked, like, whoa, look at this spaceship. How might a character feel if all of a sudden they saw a pig dancing?
Surprise.
Definitely surprised or like amazed, like, whoa, that pig can dance. How might a character feel if all of a sudden he saw a monster stomping through town?
Scared,
Yeah,
afraid.
yeah, afraid, surprised. Definitely. Now, let's see if we can find out how characters felt about seeing that bear in the story. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. There were two dogs named Bob and Max. Those are going to be our main characters in the story. Bob and Max were walking in a redwood forest. Redwood forest would be the setting and where it takes place during the day. During the day would also be like the setting, like when it takes place. They were going to a camp out. That's our setting too. So there can be multiple settings. So that's the where and the when. Then, all of a sudden, Bob and Max saw a bear. That would be your takeoff of the story, named Grizzly. So Grizzly is another character. Here's Grizzly right here. They were afraid. That's how they were feeling. The characters, Bob and Max, were afraid because they thought the bear might hurt them. What is this icon called?
Your feelings.
Feelings. Tell me what kind of feelings characters can have when a story takes off and it is scary. Funny, a problem.
Like sur mm, nervous, confused.
Yeah, they can feel afraid, surprised, amazed, curious, happy, sad. How many feelings can a character have in the story?
A lot.
Yeah, they can definitely have more than one. Give me an example of feelings characters can have.
Love, happy.
Yeah, mad, sad. Great job.
Okay, now we're going to go into our phase 6, and we're going to be talking about plan. So we're setting a plan up. This is an icon or a symbol for the plan that characters may have in our story. The characters were having a boring day before the takeoff. Then something happened. The characters felt an emotion, and now they have to decide what to do about the takeoff. Good storytellers say what characters are planning or thinking before they do things in the story. They use words such as wanted and decided. You can listen for those words. All characters can have plans. The characters usually make plans before they take action. Can you think of plans that characters might take if they lost their homework?
Mm, maybe they plan to look for it or ask for help.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you think of plans that characters might take if they are locked out of their house?
Maybe they decide to climb a window.
Yes, or maybe go behind their backyard and find an unlocked door. Definitely. Can you think of some plans that characters might take if they saw a spaceship land?
Oh, definitely decide to run away.
Right? I think I do the same thing. Or call 911.
Oh, definitely.
So now let's see if we can find out what the characters were thinking about doing when they saw a grizzly the bear. And if I can have, let's see, bear with me. I am going to share my screen with you. Mm. Wow. There were two dogs named Bob and Max. They're the characters. Bob and Max were walking in Redwood Forest, which is the setting. They're in a forest during the day, which is another part of a setting. It's the time of day. They were going to a camp out, another setting where you can roast marshmallows. I'm sure you've heard of it. Then all of a sudden, Bob and Max saw a bear take off named Grizzly. Grizzly is another character. They were afraid, which is a feeling. So they decided to plan to run. That was their plan to run away. Now, give me one sec. What is this icon called?
Plan.
Very good. You had your listening ears on. Now tell me, what kinds of plans characters can make?
They can decide, or they can plan to run, hide, laugh.
Just like with the grizzly, right? They got scared and they decided to run. That was their plan. Now, we are going to be talking about landing. This is an icon or a symbol for the landings in our story. The landings are things that happen because of their actions the characters take. Each landing is connected to a takeoff. We have one landing for each time the story takes off. Characters take action because of the takeoff. Can you think of landings to these actions? A
Hmm.
boy looks for his homework. What's the action?
Maybe he finds it.
Yes, he finds it because he's looking for it. The plan is to look for it, right? To find it. Girl calls 911 for help. What's what's the landing on that?
Somebody comes to help.
Very good. Can you think of landings to these actions? Let's see. Mom drops an egg on the floor.
I've definitely done this before. It breaks.
It breaks in half or all over. Okay, the girl goes to meet her friend at the school bus stop.
They get on the bus together.
They make it on time. That's the landing. Okay, so now let's see if you can find out how the story landed. With our same pictures. Oh, actually, hold on. Hmm. Bear with me. You are working so hard. All right, let's look at these pictures. There were two dogs named Bob and Max, and there are characters. Bob and Max were walking in Redwood Forest, or setting, during the day, which is another part of the setting. They were going to a camp out, which is another setting. Then all of a sudden, Bob and Max saw a bear take off, named Grizzly, which is our character. They were afraid, which is their feelings. So they decided to run. That was their plan. That is what they did. They ran away. They took action and ran away. They ran away and hid in the leaves of a tree. Grizzly sniffed around, but he didn't see them. But uh-oh, the bear fell asleep at the bottom of the tree, so they couldn't get down. That is a complication. Because Grizzly fell asleep at the bottom of the tree, they couldn't get down. The dogs wanted to get away, but they were stuck in a tree. They waited a while until it was safe, and then they snuck down from the tree to get away. See, they're getting away. That's their landing. Remember, the takeoff of the story happened when the dogs saw the bear. They were afraid, so they ran. That's the action. To get away from the bear, and they hid in the leaves of a tree. The bear fell asleep at the bottom of the tree, so they had to sleep down to get away from the bear. They got away from the bear, which was the landing. They got away. What is this icon called?
Landing.
What does it mean when the story lands?
Hmm, the character gets what he wants or what he's looking for.
Yes.
Hmm.
What the story land? Oh, I'm sorry, you just answered that. Silly teacher.
Okay,
Uh,
so we're gonna move on to still on phase one, lesson 13. Um, you have the basic storyboard on your side. I'll show you a picture of it just in case you need to see it. It should look like this one. Sorry, it's on 2 pages, but you have it on this your side, so you're gonna be using that. Okay. Yeah, everything. Okay. So now we will make up our own stories. We are going to be authors and illustrators. An author is the person who writes the story. Who is an author? What is an author?
the person who writes a story.
Exactly right, the person who writes the story. The illustrator is the person who draws the pictures for the story. What is an illustrator?
The people that do the drawing.
Yes, the person who draws the pictures for the story. So the pictures that we draw are called illustrations. What is an illustration?
Like a coloring on the book, like pictures and stuff.
Yeah, the pictures that the illustrator draws for the book. We will illustrate our story as we make it up together. Let's start with the first square on your grid. It is the one with the character on it. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the character one. The first square on your storyboard has a character icon or symbol in it. What can we have for characters?
Animals.
Yeah, we can have animals, we can have toys, we can have people. And how many characters can our story have?
Mm, a, a lot?
Yeah, we can have as many as we want. It doesn't have to be one, it can be multiple characters. Let's think of some characters for our story.
Mm, we can have a girl horse and a boy lion.
Okay, so we're gonna have a girl horse and a boy lion. Draw a quick picture or illustration of our characters.
Okay. Not good at drawing, teacher.
No worries. Do it as best as you can. So we have a boy.
Lion and a girl horse. Okay, here's my drawing.
Oh, boy horse, girl lion.
No, girl horse and the boy is my lion. Can you see it?
It looks great. I love it. Girl horse and boy lion. Okay. Okay. The next square in your storyboard has a setting icon or a symbol in it. What settings can there be in a story?
In a farm.
Yeah, so we can have a place, we can have a location, we can have the time of day. So let's think of some settings for our story.
It could be morning, the farm.
Okay, I love that. So morning is kind of like when, and then we said a farm. That can be our where. Okay. Draw a quick illustration or picture of the setting elements. Okay, so far we have a girl horse and a boy lion. It is morning time and they are in the farm. I love it. That looks great.
Thanks.
Okay, the next square in your grid has a take-off icon in it. What is a takeoff?
Um, Something that's gonna happen in the story.
Yeah, something that gets the story going. What can a takeoff be?
A coyote can come and steal their food.
Something funny, scary, a problem. So let's think of something that will get our story going. So that's what you want our takeoff to be, a coyote coming to take their food?
Yes.
Okay.
Look it.
Oh, that's so good. Hmm. Okay. The next square in your grid has the feelings icon or symbol on it. Now let's get back to the takeoff. What got the story started?
The girl horse and the boy lion were friends and they were hanging out at the farm.
Exactly. How do you think our characters feel about what happened to get the story going?
Happy?
I think they were happy because they were hanging out at the farm. So we're going to draw a quick illustration or picture of the feelings our characters have about the takeoff.
Now they're happy.
I love that. The next square on our grid has a plan icon or symbol on it. What is a plan?
Something that the characters can think about or think about doing.
Exactly. Something the characters think about doing because of the takeoff. Let's think of a plan that our characters might want to make because of the takeoff.
Mm, they might want to run away because they saw the the coyote.
Yes, I think that's going to be their plan. Maybe their plan of like what they're going to do. Are they going, maybe they're going to hide somewhere? Maybe they're going to go hide in the farm. Maybe they're going to go hide in the woods. Something like that. So yeah, so far we have our horse and our boy lion. It's morning time. They're in the farm and they saw this coyote coming. So now they have to make a plan. What are they going to do? We decided they're going to go into the farm, or what else did we decide?
They're gonna run away to the forest and hide as fast as they can.
Great. I love it. Okay, the next square on your grid has an action icon or symbol in it. Our characters made a plan. What was their plan?
To hide, run away,
Yes, exactly. What actions do you want our characters to take?
run. To run.
Yes, we want them run. So draw a quick illustration or picture of that action that our characters are going to take. That's going to be your action.
They're gonna run.
Perfect. Okay. The next square in your grid has the complication icon or symbol on it. What is a complication?
When something gets in the way of the action,
Exactly. Let's think of a complication that can get in the way of the landing, that messes up the plan the characters made.
what if they're too slow and they aren't fast enough so then the coyote gets them or gets chased in?
I think that is definitely a complication that could happen. They could be way too slow and then the coyote could get them. So we're going to draw a quick illustration or picture of the complications that our characters run into.
Now they're
You're doing an
sitting.
awesome job. I love that. Ah! Okay, the next square in your grid has the landing icon or symbol on it. What is a landing?
Is something that happens because of the actions the characters decided to do.
Yes, the landing is related to the takeoff. What got the story started? Remember?
Yeah, the horse and the lion were hanging out in the
Yes.
day,
And
and
how?
then
Go
they
ahead.
saw Coyote.
Yeah, that got our story started. So how will it end? Let's draft a picture that represents the landing.
Um, they ended up hiding in time. They got away fast enough.
Yeah, I think that would be our landing. I think they hid in time and it was perfect.
Okay, yes. Let me draw them happy.
Perfect. They're happy that they hid in time. The next square in your grid has the wrap up icon or symbol on it. What is the wrap up?
How the story finally ends.
Yes, how the characters feel about the things that happened. So, how do we want to wrap up our story?
Um, the girl horse and the boy horse are happy because they made it safe and sound in the hiding spot.
Love that. How do the characters feel about all that happened?
Happy, excited. Yeah,
I'm sure they're happy and excited that they didn't get caught by the coyote. Did they learn anything?
they learn to make sure they keep their food with them because then the coyotes are going to come and get them.
You always got to keep your food safe because that co coyote was probably really, really hungry. Draw a quick illustration or picture of the wrap up, including the feelings for our story.
Hmm. Now they're saying yay and happy.
Yay! Great story.